Hi, my name is Paula, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make some freeze-dried strawberries and cream cookies and some strawberry sugar cookies. First, in a food processor, add 45 grams, that's 1.5 ounces of freeze-dried strawberries, and pulse them until they're nice and fine crumbs or like a powder. Now add the freeze-dried strawberry powder into this small bowl. In this large bowl, add 1 cup 2 sticks of unsalted butter softened and room temperature. Then you add 1 cup of white granulated sugar. And if you like, add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And 1/2 teaspoon of strawberry extract. Now beat them together until the mixture is nice and light and fluffy. Now add the freeze-dried strawberry powder into the butter and sugar mixture, and this is going to make it pink. And beat it into it until it turns pink. Crack 1 large egg at room temperature into a strawberry, butter, and sugar mixture, and beat it into until combined. The mixture is nice and curdled. If you like, add a couple drops of red food coloring into the mixture to make it more pink, and beat it into it until it turns pink. Then in this medium-sized bowl, add 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and if you like, add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. If you like, add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then you add 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then add 1/4 teaspoon salt. Now mix the dry ingredients together until combined. Add 1/2 cup of the all-purpose flour mixture into the strawberry sugar cookie batter one at a time, and beat it into it until well combined. Repeat the steps. Made the strawberry sugar cookie dough. Now you can make your strawberry sugar mixture first in a small bowl. Add 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar and an additional 1/4 cup of freeze-dried strawberries, and stir them together until combined. Add the freeze-dried strawberry sugar mixture. Now scoop the strawberry sugar cookie dough into the palm of your hand and roll it into a ball. And then roll each sugar cookie dough ball into the strawberry and sugar mixture, and place it onto a baking pan with a sheer parchment paper. Repeat the steps. Now after you covered the whole thing, place the strawberry sugar cookies into a preheated 350-degree oven and bake them for 12 to 15 minutes or until they're nice and golden brown. Move the strawberry sugar cookies out of the oven after baking on 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. Wow, they're nice and golden brown. and let it cool completely for about 5 minutes. You can make your freeze-dried strawberries and cream cookies. First, in this large bowl, add 3/4 cup of unsalted butter softened at room temperature. Then you add 4 ounces of cream cheese softened at room temperature. Then you add 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar. Then you add 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. And if you like, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Add 1/2 teaspoon of strawberry extract. Now beat all the ingredients together until the mixture is nice and light and fluffy. Now crack 1 large egg at room temperature into the butter and brown sugar mixture. And beat it into it until combined. Now for the dry ingredients, add 1/2 teaspoon salt. Then, if you like, add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 1/2 teaspoons of cornstarch into a mixture. And beat them into it until combined. Now add 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour into the cookie batter a little bit at a time. And beat it into it until combined. Repeat the steps. Optional white chocolate chips and 45 grams or another 1 1/2 ounces of freeze-dried strawberry bits into the cookie dough batter and blend them into it until one combined. Made the freeze-dried strawberries and cream cookie dough. Now scoop the freeze-dried strawberries and cream cookie dough into the palm of your hand and roll it into a ball. And then roll it into some additional freeze-dried strawberries and place it onto a baking pan with a sheet of parchment paper. Repeat the steps. Now, place the freeze-dried strawberries and cream cookies into a preheated 350-degree oven and bake them for between 12 to 15 minutes or until they're nice and golden brown. Move the freeze-dried strawberries and cream cookies out of the oven after baking on 350 degrees for between 12 to 15 minutes. And they're nice and golden brown. And let that cool for about 5 minutes. Now you can make your vanilla glaze. First, in this small bowl, add 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar. Then add 1/2 tablespoon of whole milk. If you like, add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And just a tiny little sprinkle of salt to burn around the flavors. Now stir all the ingredients together until the mixture is nice and creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. I made a vanilla glaze, and now it's nice and creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. Now you can make your strawberry glaze. First, in this small bowl, add 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar. Then you add 1/2 tablespoon of whole milk. If you like, add 1 teaspoon of strawberry extract. And just a tiny little sprinkle of salt to bring out all the flavors. Now, stir all these ingredients together until the mixture is nice and creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. Now add 1 tablespoon of strawberry jam into the glaze to make it pink. And stir it into it until it turns pink. Now, if you like, add 1 drop of pink food coloring into the strawberry glaze to make it more pink. And stir it into it until it turns pink. Made the strawberry glaze and turned pink. Now drizzle the vanilla glaze over the top of the cookies. Finally, drizzle the strawberry glaze over the top of the cookies. Here's the final presentation of the freeze-dried strawberries and cream cookies and the strawberry sugar cookies. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.